Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Simply Juicy. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this delicious and sumptuous oha soup. Growing up, oha soup was one of my favorite soup, so I learned how to make this soup very early and my mother taught me so well. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you guys how I was taught. So if this video is what you are interested in seeing, or you want to learn how to make oha soup in easy way, sit down, relax, and let's get started, because it's not gonna be a dull moment. You will learn simple and easy methods for you to make your oha soup, and it will still come out very delicious. So guys, let's get started. So in this recipe I'll be using beef to make the soup. So I'll start off by adding my clean and properly washed beef into my pot. Then I'll stir them and ensure that it is well seated. Guys, you can use any protein of your choice. So after that I'll be adding my seasoning. I'll start off with my Scotch bonnet pepper. After that I will add my onions, my diced onions. So after adding my diced onions, I'll be adding my seasoning cube. Then I'll add my seasoning powder. Then I'll add my salt. After adding all my spices, I'll stir them together. So guys, I will not be adding any water in my meat yet, because I want the meat to steam out its own water first before adding a little water. So it depends on how you parboil your meat, but this is how I do mine. So I'll allow the meat to steam up a little, then I'll add a little water so that the meat can cook properly. So after all that, I'll cover it and allow the meat to cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. It all depends on the kind of meat that you are using. As you can see, this one have a little bit of skin on it, so because of the skin I have to cook it a little more longer so that the meat will cook properly. But if you are using just ordinary beef, it will not take time. It should not take more than 20 minutes for your beef to be ready. But because of the kind of meat I'm using, I'll cook it for 30 minutes. So guys, if you are seeing this channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome, and for my OGs, you guys know the drill. Thank you guys for always coming back to watch my video, and thank you for supporting this channel. So if you've not subscribed, I don't know what you are waiting for. Please do wait to click the subscribe button to join the family. Share this video, like, and also don't forget to comment. Okay, I love seeing your comments. I love hearing feedback from you guys. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for always coming back to support this channel. So right now I'll be adding a little water that will cook the meat. So I'll cover it and allow the meat to cook properly. And guys, don't forget, the best part of this soup is your seasoning. You must make sure you season your meat very well so that the stock water will come as very sweet. Okay, so right now the beef is ready. As you can see, it is well cooked and seasoned. When looking at the meat, you will see how soft the skin and the beef is looking. So that is how you should cook your meat. So I'll set the meat aside because I'll be needing it later. So in a clean pot, I'll be adding my palm juice extract into my pot, which is also known as BONGA. So I did this last night because I want to save time. I don't want to spend so much time in the kitchen. So if you want to know how I extracted my palm juice from my palm fruits, just let me know. I will show you guys how I did that. So after that, I'll be adding my bonga fish. Then I'll add my oporoko, which is also stockfish. So guys, if you want to get this soup, you don't have to use any house stockfish. You have to go for the head because it gives it that flavor that you are looking for. So I'll be adding crayfish, my grounded crayfish. In this recipe, you don't have to be selfish with crayfish. You have to add as much as you have. Then I'll be adding my Scotch bonnet pepper. As you can see, it is not properly smooth. That is how I want it. Then after that, I'll be adding my Cameroon pepper because I want the soup to be a little bit spicy, but that is optional. You might choose to go with only Scotch bonnet, but I needed my soup to be a little bit spicy. So I'll be adding my mackerel fish. You can use any fish of your choice. So I added my fresh mackerel fish in it. Then I'll be adding my pomo. Pomo is also known as cow skin. So after adding them, I'll add my seasoning cube, I'll add salt. Then after adding salt, then I'll add seasoning powder. I just like using seasoning powder to cook because of the kind of flavor it adds to my food. I'll stir everything together and cover it for it to boil for about 15 minutes. So guys, let me tell you a little backstory. So I remember while growing up, anytime my mom wants to make this soup, all of us will be excited because we can eat this soup literally every single day. Like, my mom makes this soup in a perfect way that it is very, very tasteful. So that is one thing that dragged me to the soup, that made me to love it, because the way my mom makes it. So eventually I was opportune to learn how to cook it because she forced all of us to learn how to cook this particular soup, and I'm so happy that I did. So that's why I'm here to share the recipe with you, so that you also can learn how to make this soup. Most people think that making oha soup is so difficult or hard to make, but if you know your way around it, you will know that it is the easiest soup you can ever make, and you will still get it correctly if you use the ingredients and the proper spices that you need to make this soup. There is nothing difficult about it. And also, if you want to make any recipe that you see online, I keep on saying this, do well to follow the recipe accordingly. Follow the step-by-step procedure or process the person used in making that particular soup or dish, so that you can get the recipe right. Okay, I hope this advice helped. So right now the soup have started boiling. It is time to put our native Maggi, which is also called OGIRI. So I'll be adding this OGIRI into my soup. So most people don't like this particular native Maggi. I don't know why. They say it smells, but that is the main cocoa. That is the main ingredient for this soup. If you did not add this OGIRI to this oha soup, I don't know how this oha will become oha. So after adding the OGIRI into my soup, I will stir them and make sure it is mixed properly. Then I will allow it to boil for about 10 minutes. So the soup have started boiling. It is time to add my COCOYAM. So in this recipe, there is a particular COCOYAM that you will use. It's not that edible one that you can eat as yam. So this COCOYAM is basically meant for this kind of soup. So when you go to the market, you can just tell them that you want to make oha or ofu nubu, which is bitter leaf soup, that you need COCOYAM for it, and they will give you this particular one. This one's draw when pounding or using your food processor to mix it, it's draw. So that's why I said it's not the one that you can eat as yam. The purpose of this COCOYAM is just to thicken the soup. That is the work. So you have to cut it bit by bit into the soup. You don't put it just like that. So it is not hard. All you just have to do is to cook it alongside with your pan fruit. Then when it's ready, you just use your mortar to pound, or you can use your food processor to blend it together. But if you don't have food processor, you just use your mortar to pound it, and that is what I did. So I did all this thing behind the camera because I don't want to waste much time on this soup. So after adding the COCOYAM, you will allow your soup to boil so that the COCOYAM will be dissolved. You don't want to be seeing any particles or seed of the COCOYAM in your soup. So you have to cover the soup and allow it to boil. As you can see, the soup has started boiling. So I will stir everything together to make sure that the COCOYAM is well blended. You will not see any particle of this COCOYAM in the soup. That's why you must make sure you buy a good COCOYAM, and also you cook it till it is soft before you pound it. So guys, I will list all the ingredients that I use in making this soup in my description box, okay? So don't panic, you will see everything that I use to make this soup in my description box. So right now I'll be adding my meat into my already boiling soup. I told you earlier that I'll set that aside because I'll be needing it later. So after adding my meat into my soup, I'll mix them together so that everything will mix and for the meat to absorb the flavor from the soup. Then I'll allow it to boil before adding any other thing. So guys, it is time to check on our soup. As you can see, the soup have started boiling. That means the soup is almost ready. So it is time to add the oha leaf. So at this point, I have picked my oha and I have carefully washed it. That is the most important thing, because you don't want to be adding your oha with so many sand in it. So you must take your time to pick and also wash them thoroughly. So you can choose to cut the oha or just put it like that. In my own case, I just cut the oha into two. Like, I did not cut it as if I'm cutting vegetable, because I don't want the oha to be too white inside the soup, but some people add theirs like that. So after adding my oha leaf, I'll be adding my Uziza leaf. This leaf is also optional. You can choose to add just your oha leaf and your soup is ready, but I choose to add Uziza leaf because of the extra flavor that Uziza leaf gives to this oha soup. So after adding my Uziza leaf, I'll stir the soup properly and make sure that everything is well mixed, because this is the final phase of the soup. So after stirring it, I'll allow the soup to boil for extra 2 minutes, because I don't want to overcook my oha leaf. So I'll just allow it to boil for 2 minutes and our soup is ready. So guys, our soup is ready. Can you see how good the soup is looking? It tastes even more better. So guys, when people say that to make oha soup is difficult, I don't think so, because you can make this at the snap of your finger, provided you've prepped all your ingredients that you want to use to make this soup. So guys, this soup, you can combine it with any swallow of your choice. So guys, tell me what kind of swallow you think will go well with this soup, because me, I don't even know which one to pick from. So tell me in the comment section what swallow you will use to eat this sumptuousness, this delicious soup. If you are being served, what kind of swallow will you use? And you can also enjoy it by just licking the soup. I have an uncle that does not eat swallow, so anytime we make soup, he will just lick it just like that, so that he will not be left behind. So guys, I believe by now some people don't still eat swallow, but that does not make them to stop eating that particular soup. So guys, this is how the soup came out and it is good. So me looking at this video, you will know that you can easily make your oha soup without stress. So guys, if you've watched up to this point, I want to thank you for sticking around with us. If you know you've not subscribed to this channel to join Simply Justice family, please do wait to click the subscribe button to subscribe, on your notification bell button so that you'll be the first to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and also engage yourself on my comment section, okay? I like to get feedback from you guys, okay? Until I come your way next time. Bye.